on your panels. I'm using my favorite little gun here. This gun is adjustable, so you can move this cup either way you want. So you can literally be painting, see, like this, straight up and down, or you can paint straight up. If you want to just, I normally have it like this, just about the angle that I'm going to shoot at. But you can move that any way you want to. And that is, if you can see this or not, I've showed you this before. In my training, airbrush training site, for the upgraded members, the one-time upgrade, I've got all these part numbers for my guns. I've got the complete list of all the paints, everything that I'm using, all this stuff, paint numbers, everything is all inside this system for you. So I'm running 60 pounds of air from the compressor, and then right here you can see my, put one of these on every gun you got. So just go to your paint store, get you one of these adjustable regulators, put one on every gun, that way you can control your air at the gun. Now my airbrush, I don't have one on the airbrush. So on this gun here with this blender, I'm going to get it about 15 pounds. Now I'm not painting here, I'm not putting fluid out, I'm just holding the air to get this set. So I've got about 15 pounds. Now I'm going to always wear a mask, but for purpose of video, I'm not going to be able to wear a mask because you wouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, so nice and fun here. We're going to shoot this on. This don't have to be heavy. You can just go on light. The main thing is just it's going to open it back up. It's just going to open the surface back up because we don't want to sand on this and screw all this up. Okay, we need to adjust our fan here a little bit. We want a wider fan. You want a wider pattern when you're shooting it. I'm not putting this on heavy. I don't have the video. I'm using my iPhone 6 to shoot this video. And I'm not putting this on heavy. I'm just putting several light coats. This dries really fast. But I don't want to go on real heavy with it. You don't need it heavy. Let some of this overspray out of here. If I turn on my exhaust fan with my filter system, you won't even be able to hear me, so we'll just open the door and let this dust settle out of here. And we'll fire up the airbrush and we'll start in doing some detail work. I'll be right back. Move this around so you can see a little bit better what I'm getting ready to do. Get everything positioned here so that you can see what I'm going to do. It may not be right in front of you. Getting everything adjusted here for you. All right, so I'm going to get my airbrush ready to roll here. I'm doing, this is the needle airbrush. I put just a drop of airbrush lubricant on it. This is about the area for the O-rings. So right here to here is about the area for the O-rings. So I'm just moving that oil around where those O-rings are going to be on the needle. So I'm going to put the needle back in. I cleaned this over the weekend and left it all apart. So what I'm doing there is I'm just kind of moving the needle in and out, getting that oil on those O-rings, kind of twisting it at the same time. I'm going to push it in all the way, turn the lock nut down, just snug. Don't get it super tight. You don't need it super tight. And just feel it with my finger. Feels good, working good. Put the end cap back on it. We're ready to go. Now this is the Iwata, the one I always use. It's the Eclipse HPCS, my favorite gun. Alright, so I'm going to mix up some yellow. What I've got here is chrome yellow. Okay? Hold your finger on the cap, good shape. Now this is already pre-mixed, pretty much 1-to-1. 1 part paint, 1 part reducer. Got to get this so you can see it. Now what I'm going to do is take my reducer. I'll reduce it down a little bit more in the gun. The thing about the top feed is you can do this right in the gun. I like to use a rag. You can see all these spots. That's from holding it over that hole and then giving it a shake. Hold that rag over that hole. Keep all that paint from running out everywhere and making a mess. You won't get all over your parts next to you here that you're getting ready to paint. These top feeds are really nice because you can do all this right in the gun. Alright, so I'm going to use my art tool. Now I switch up. You've heard me say it in different videos. I switch up to different stencils. I'm not using these as a stencil, I'm simply using these rounded edges as a guide to blow off of, to get a sharp edge. Okay? This one here is the art tool. Okay? I need to hook up my air hose. I don't have my air hose. Always good to test on something before you start shooting on this, because you've just had this setting, you've just mixed up paint, you want to make sure it's going to spray right. So what I did is I just shot on the panel over here, but I'll just shoot on this tape that I've got here to show you. So what I'm doing, I'm testing that, see the consistency of my paint, see if I've got it mixed properly. It's mixed pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here on these edges. We're going to add some more yellow. Then I come in freehand. I use these as a tool to guide don't use them to make, I don't use them to stencil, so I don't lay down and just blow around them. I don't blow around all these edges. I'm using the rounded edges to do this fire. We don't want this to look like a stencil. So by not following all these shapes, it's not going to look like a stencil. So if we go around here and we follow all these shapes, it's going to look just like a stencil. We don't want that. Our object here, our goal here is to use these rounded edges to make our fire look better. And we'll do this in a fire video. I've already done several you'll find on the inside the members area. But now I'm going to switch shapes. I'm going to go to here, use a little different shape. You notice I'm coming in here free-handed and just doing quite a bit of stuff free-handed. There's a reason for that, and that's real simple. You don't want this to look like a stencil. Well, to have it not look like a stencil, you got to do some freehand work. So where all these edges are, I come around these rounded edges where the stencil has been, okay, and I'm just going to go around that freehanded and make a line around it, and it takes away from some of that stencil-y look. Hopefully that makes sense. Now on some of these sides over here, you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing because I can't hold the camera. These at the same time. When I switch sides, I think once I get over there, you'll be able to see me. I like to take some of this fire and carry it right up into the next one. Like here, I'm just going to kind of come up and bring that right up into that next one. It gives it a lot more realism. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do in the next video, we're going to come back in and we're going to punch these out with candies. But I'll finish kind of going around here with this to kind of keep this video length down. We'll come back with the next step. We use candies to start pushing some of this back. We'll start the detail work in the eagle, and it'll be fun.